Apparently, we are streaming. Let's see. Let us see. See if I can find my freaking channel. There we go. There we go. There we go. Welcome, welcome. I am live. See if I can find my freaking. Okay. All right, we're good. We are live. Let me turn my audio off my phone so I don't confuse people. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got a live chat. Let's see if this works. Send a nice heart to myself in the chat. Beautiful, beautiful. Welcome everybody who may watch this in the future because nobody's watching right now. But welcome to the channel. This is Outdoor Garage. We're all about cars here. You know what I'm saying? We love cars. We love everything about them. The feel of the steering wheel. The feel of when you pump the brakes. Pause. No. But seriously, cars are so amazing. They're beautiful. They are so useful, helpful, fun. They make you feel alive. You can take them through a few twisty turns. I just love vehicles. I always have. I don't know why. I just am in love with vehicles. Like, I can't even imagine somebody that doesn't enjoy their car or doesn't appreciate their car. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get that at all. I really don't. So, guys, I know I haven't been putting out many videos lately, and that's totally on me, you know. I have been busy, but no excuses. I've been very busy. I work full time, you know, and it's really hard to make a video and then edit the video and do all that on top of my job. But I'm going to find some sort of happy medium. By the way, can you hear me all right? Can you hear me all right? Yes. Okay, I sound good. Well, I don't know if I sound good. I hate hearing my own voice. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so as the title says, we are going to watch Matt Armstrong. If you don't know who Matt Armstrong is, if you love cars and you love vehicles and you love restoring vehicles, you love getting things back on the road, you love beauty, Matt Armstrong has been doing a great job for the past couple years for sure. I've been watching him for a long time, ever since some of his first videos. But I love what he does. I love it. And I want to start doing that in the future. If I had enough money, I definitely would start doing that. And, you know, something other than my garage. You guys have seen my garage. If you haven't, go watch the video. But let's search up his channel. And guys, he has 5.31 million subscribers. Well deserved. Like, seriously. This guy is a very hard worker. He does crazy builds. Like, he takes a car that has been absolutely demolished, okay, by an accident, or actually probably usually an accident or flood or something like that. But he takes these cars, he starts rebuilding them. Like it's insane. And most of these cars, like these Porsches, these Lamborghinis, these Ferraris that he's building, like, you can't just go down to your local parts store and buy parts for these. you just can't do it. You got to buy specialty parts. It's expensive. You got to figure things out. You got to know people. You got to have connections. You know. So here, let me show you my screen. If I can. There we go. Okay, there's his channel. All right, so what I want to watch, I haven't watched these, so don't judge me. Wait, let's find a playlist here. Lamborghini SVJ. This is what I want to watch. Okay. The Lamborghini SVJ series. I haven't seen it. I know you probably have. If you're watching this video and you know Matt Armstrong, but maybe you haven't. So we're going to watch this together. We're going to see how this gentleman works his magic very soon. But before that, let me go grab my tea. Okay. Got my tea. It's just some black tea. I need to have some energy here. Although tea doesn't really give me a lot of energy, to be honest with you, for some reason. Like, the caffeine in coffee is what really does it for me. Okay. Let's put our little earphones on. And let's start watching this video. I'll just put one on for now. People think that's weird, but...
Bro, you're done already?
Yeah, bro.
It's an ad.
How?
I hired Motion to hire AI employees.
AI employees?
Yeah, dude, I have a project manager, executive assistant, and a marketing specialist.
There you go.
And they work for you?
They do all the work that I don't want to do, so I can focus on the business.
Today, I'm going to attempt to beat Jeremy Clarkson. You can do it, come on! In my crash damage Lamborghini SVJ.
This is quick.
He's on fire, he's on fire.
This has cost me a lot this weekend, isn't it? I bought this SVJ.
Wait a second. I'm starting to have second thoughts here. I bought a... Oh, okay. This is the first one. I bought a wrecked Lamborghini SVJ. Okay.
Tried to figure out where...
I know. I said I didn't watch it, but I kind of maybe might have watched a little bit of it. Just to see what was going on. Okay. I think we're on the right track here now. Finally. Let me just do a quick test. See if I can hear myself.
I just bought one of the best Lamborghinis Lamborghini have ever made. The Lamborghini SVJ. This car is no joke. 770 horsepower
So
of raw, naturally aspirated Lamborghini V12. No turbos, no electric motor, just pure V12
Naturally
carnage. Lamborghini only made just over 1,800 of the SVJ, which means
so
the price
beautiful.
for these are skyrocketing. But when one's involved in an accident, it means we get the chance to get one at a bargain. Here we are at Copart to collect the most expensive car.
Okay. So, one thing I want to say is it probably doesn't cost that much less to rebuild a car like this than to just go out and buy a new one. Like, I would like to see the numbers on that. But what I do appreciate about this, about his videos, is that he's putting these crash damaged cars back on the road, okay? That specifically is a very rare car. Very rare, but very beautiful and powerful and very special. That's a special car. And for him to rebuild that, put that much time, effort, I know he's making money off of it. But for him to put that much time and effort into something like that, I appreciate getting these awesome cars back on the road and enjoying them once again. But again, I'm curious to see if he'll tell us the numbers about how much it actually costs him, because it's probably very similar. I would assume, but you never know.
I've ever bought, and I've got the right jacket for it. We're about to see it now because we've only ever seen it in photos. And guess what? It's my birthday. If there's one place to get a crash damaged car like this, of course, it's Copart. I took a risk on their auction and was the winning bidder of this Lamborghini SVJ. And unlike the Revolto, let's hope this risk pays off. Oh, look! I do have a good feeling about this one. I don't even know what to think. Oh my days.
Look at the size of it.
Oh my days, it's a beast. Wow. Oh, oil coolers absolutely crumpled at the back.
That'll be cheap.
Yeah.
Right, ages to get it started.
Oh no. That's the thing. This car was sold as a
awesome.
non-runner. I'm just hoping the engine hasn't seized because it's starved of oil.
A non-runner. That's not good. That's not good at all. But guys, did you see that car? That thing is beautiful. God, man. So cool. I'm jealous of this dude.
God, it feels like a spaceship in it. I've never sat in one. Literally never sat in one. But the good news is, none of the airbags have deployed. Yet again, as we found on my Gallardo, these crash sensors, they have been hit definitely because it's come off, but no airbags have gone off. Great for people like me, not great for the person who crashed.
What do you have
about
to
to
do
say.
to set the airbag off? Like, look at this car. It's a mess.
I think you've got to go. You've got to try harder.
What do you think?
It's alright, this, isn't it?
Is this one going to you?
I can fit in it.
Yeah.
And some of you may have noticed that this is not only an SVJ, it's an SVJ Roadster. The roof comes off this one, which makes it even more rare.
That's awesome.
Thanks
That's
for this
so
one,
cool.
Copart. I think we've just got to fix it now.
Okay. I know he's going to rebuild it and everything, but do you really trust that way of moving your car? I don't know if I would like that. You know what I mean? Like, what if it falls off? What if you hit something accidentally on the undercarriage that isn't wrong? That isn't broken. You know what I mean? What if you break something else? I guess it's just all part of it. But I just wanted to say, I don't know if I would appreciate my Lamborghini being lifted in that manner. But again, at this point, how else are you going to lift it? It's going to be more complicated to try and roll it. The engine sees, you probably can't put it into gear. You'd have to disconnect the transmission. Okay. You know, I'm talking myself into accepting that forklift maneuver. So, forget what I just said.
And remember, it's not just Lamborghinis Copart auction off, they do loads of different cars. And you can even sell your car through them as well. So if you wanted to become a member at Copart and start bidding at the auctions, I've popped a link in the description for it. Now this is better than the Revolto. It's got to be.
Do you think this is going to be better than the Revolta?
This has got to be better because it's just everything that was bad with the Revolto, this don't have. It looks better than the Revolto, in my opinion.
I think that's in my opinion as well.
I think we made the right choice. Get rid of the Revolto, which is plummeting in value, buy an SVJ, which is going up, only up in value. And on top of that, it is the Roadster. 900 coupes.
1700 altogether.
800 Roadsters.
But this is a one of one.
Why?
Because nobody else has got a spongy steering wheel.
Yeah. So it's been a while since we picked this car up and something's happened to the wheel. Whoa. Oh, that is disgusting. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty disgusting. But I also noticed something else at the back. It looks like there might have been a fire, and it could have something to do with the oil cooler that looks like it's exploded at the back. Oh! But luckily,
Or
the
if it's-
PPF that's on the carbon fibre.
If it's just really hot oil, or not oil, but the coolant, if it's just really hot coolant, that could have probably crinkled the plastic, I'm assuming, because if it's almost boiling temperature, that could do it. So maybe I'm just trying to give it some optimism here. Like maybe there actually wasn't a fire, hopefully.
Fibre has actually saved that part of the diffuser. How's PPF protected flames? Let's get the SVJ inside to inspect it
flames.
further.
SVJ.
You gotta think about this.
SVJ. From the outside, I don't think the damage looks too bad, and we've definitely repaired worse. But my main concern, of course, is that engine. If that oil cooler exploded at the back and the engine lost all of its oil, but the car kept running, it could have caused some serious damage to the engine. Alongside that, we need to be 100% sure how far the damage has gone. With that back left wheel being so far in the arch, to the moon, it could have caused some big damage behind it. Goal number 1, see if this thing runs. This isn't really a one-man job, is it?
That.
Yeah, there's no
That
way
is
you-
awesome.
Yeah, if you're on your
That
own,
looks
you need to
so
add oil.
cool.
What are you gonna do? Oh. Whoa. Has it got any oil in it? At all? Oh. Okay, there's absolutely none in it. These are going to be low anyway because it's dry sump. But there should at least be a drop on that. Okay. I don't want to risk starting this car without any oil in it. And I suspect there's no oil in it because of that oil cooler. So this wheel, to get these wheels off, they're centre lock wheels.
Yeah.
And we need a tool. And the tool isn't in the car. So we can't actually get this wheel. We can't get this wheel off. There's only one guy I know who's got one of these. Maybe we could borrow it. Hi, Mark.
Hello.
I wonder if you can help me on this SVJ now.
Okay.
I need to get my wheels off and I don't have the wheel getter off at all. We thought you might have one.
Yeah, I will have. Yeah, no problem.
Can I borrow it?
£50 for the day.
So Mark was kindly going to lend us his wheel removal tool. So I sent my dad over to his to go and get it. Whilst I stayed with the SVJ and started to strip apart what I could of the damaged parts.
This side, those bolts are perished. So they're not doing anything.
Starting off with the rear end first. My goal was to try and access the rear oil cooler and then potentially make something to bridge the oil feed pipe and the oil return pipe together, bypassing the cooler. That way we can add oil and potentially start the car. But whilst we was taking stuff apart, I noticed something. Oh yeah. Finally! There's not one in this lot here. So somebody is definitely had an exhaust on it, and somebody is just throwing it together. Like there's stuff just not plugged in all over. Look, rear camera.
Oh.
Not plugged in. Rear light. Not plugged in. What's all this? Not plugged in.
Look at the marking from the old bolt and then.
Oh my god, yeah, these ain't the right bolts. These are not
What?
the right bolts. Yeah, look, you can see the circles.
Okay, so somebody
Yeah, that.
so somebody had an exhaust on there. They crashed it. They put the other exhaust back in quickly because of insurance reasons, warranty reasons, something like that.
That's quite worrying. Hopefully they've only messed with the back. Oh. Exhaust temperature sensors. Not plugged in.
Plugged in.
It looks like someone's been here before. And I think I've got a good idea of what's happened. When the car got wrote off and before it got sent to auction, there's potential that this SVJ had an aftermarket exhaust on it, which could have been pretty expensive and maybe not covered under the insurance. So it looks like someone has taken that off in a rush and put the standard exhaust back on. But in doing so, they've left out the lambda sensors for the exhaust and damaged some parts doing so, and put the wrong bolts in some wrong holes, which is kind of worrying. What else have they missed out? Yeah, boy! Look at that.
How much is one of those?
I'm not sure, haven't checked yet, but
Probably
a lot of this is the same as a regular Aventador. So you've got the Aventador S, the SV and the SVJ. And if it's the same as the Aventador, we know it's not as expensive as the SVJ stuff. It's like when you buy a 911 Porsche, if you have a GT3 or GT3 RS and it's only specific for them, you know you're getting charged a fortune. But this is just off a regular Aventador.
I am worried about him buying one. Because he's annihilated the price on the Revolto. I don't want him to do it to this SVJ. Hi, where would the spare wheel nut be on a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ?
Hey there. So the Aventador SVJ actually doesn't have a spare wheel or a designated place for one, since it's all about maximizing performance and minimizing weight. Instead, it relies on a tire repair kit and a jack. So no secret compartment for spare wheel nuts.
I'm driving now here.
That sounds like an exciting drive.
So whilst those two tried to figure out where the wheel nut was, I started removing the oil cooler and all the brackets which are damaged around it. Oil feed and an oil return has left the chat because that's down there. So let's get the oil feed off and then we should have that oil cooler off finally. And then we found exactly where all the oil went. It looks like the oil return pipe completely broke off the bottom of the oil cooler. Hopefully when the car was turned off. But this oil cooler has definitely seen better days. Yeah. And now that it's off, we can clearly see the oil feed pipe and the oil return pipe at the bottom. And at that point, Mark had finished winding my dad up.
Okay, so what I was saying originally about how on that rear diffuser, the PPF was like burnt almost, right? And he thought it might be a fire. But again, if those oil cooler pipes broke and the hot oil got all over that stuff, I'm pretty sure it would have buckled it like that and made it bubble. That would make sense to me.
Only joking.
Here it is, second-hand oil cooler off eBay that I bought, £700, which I think is not too bad. I'm going to put this on.
What
We're not going
happened
to prop
there?
it on properly
Did he
just yet.
fake him out?
It's second at the bottom. And at that point, Mark had finished winding my dad up.
Only joking.
Oh, okay. He was joking.
Second-hand oil cooler off eBay that I bought, £700, which I think is not too bad. I'm going to put this on. We're not going to prop it on properly just yet because all this quarter's got to come off. We've got to clean it all up. We just want to see if this runs right now. On goes the brand new second-hand oil cooler. All we're going to connect up is the oil feed pipe and the oil return because all the brackets which hold the cooler definitely need to be replaced. Let's nip that up, and that should be good enough to hold some oil. We've got oil cooler on, and I've just had a thought as well. There might actually be coolant in it, because although it's had a front end smash, I can't see many coolers at the front. Yeah, there is coolant in it.
Okay.
So it's still got coolant. This thing is 100% going to need a service. It needs a right good going after, because this looks like it's been almost dayled. It's just worrying because someone's put this together and it weren't us, and it weren't Lamborghini either. 5W30 to go in.
That's what you get.
The car is going to.
That's what happens when you buy used stuff, and by used in this situation, heavily used. But that's just what happens, man. You don't know what they are doing to it. You don't know if they've tried to work on it and they have no idea what they're doing. You know, like, I want to buy a Mustang eventually, okay? I want to buy a sports car. Mustang, you know, Aston Martin, something like that. But you just would like to find somebody that has taken great care of their car and nothing looks weird. You know what I mean? But this is just how it is. Same thing with motorcycles. Like, I want to buy a used motorcycle, but again, you don't know how people are riding these things. You don't know how many tip overs they've had and things they've treated roughly, and if they haven't kept up with the service and all that stuff. You just don't know. But that's a risk you're willing to take for a cheaper, you know, vehicle that you can afford.
Done terribly because there's things unplugged which should be plugged in. The point is, if this car runs, this is a massive, massive bonus. Let's put some oil in it to make sure. Put a jumper pack on, see if we can get it going.
He went outside and put on Google saying, where's the key for the SVJ? And the AI woman told him that the SVJ doesn't come with a key for the wheels because it's weight saving.
Oh, so we had that like in a cupboard?
Yeah, we had this in a special toolkit.
But when
yeah.
you buy an SVJ, it doesn't come with one?
No.
No way.
Because it's weight saving, you see. There's more weight in the car.
Yeah.
if you got one
No,
of these.
sure.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, honestly, he did.
So it doesn't come with a tool to get the wheel off? You're joking?
Do you know how much that tool is?
No, how much?
£208.
Second hand?
Wow.
Your iPhone
Secondhand,
17 needs a mouse case.
Ads. No,
Yeah.
Second hand.
Yeah. £324 plus VAT for a new tool.
Wow.
Right, we're going to add a bit of oil,
That's
but not
scary.
loads.
Like,
because
guys, for a long time, I was thinking about like buying a used Porsche, like maybe a Porsche Macan, you know, those SUVs, because you can find some for like pretty good money, like under 20,000, which is a great deal for that, in my opinion. Especially the twin turbo ones, but parts for Porsche, parts for BMW, Mercedes, these things are outrageous. Like, seriously, like, they are unbelievably pricey and expensive. And so I can't even imagine how expensive they are for Lamborghini. Like, everything has got to cost an arm and a leg.
you meant to check these when they're hot, aren't they? At the minute, there's nothing in there.
No oil in the engine?
Well, nothing in the dry sump.
Well, I'll put all that in then.
If this starts in this condition, instantly it's better than the Revolto. The whole car, the whole Revolto had to be put together for it to start. Right, there is a pyro fuse.
Does it start? Does it start? Let me think about this. I think it might start, actually. Granted, if there isn't some sort of electrical thing that shut off a switch or whatever, blew a fuse or whatever because of a crash, I think mechanically it probably would still start. Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
But no airbags have gone, so it shouldn't have really popped. We ended up putting the jumper pack to the correct jumper locations at the back of the car, just to avoid doing any damage to the battery.
Boost start 7.
Oh, it's done 23,000 miles, not 30. And hopefully now it's got power, it might start.
That is disgusting.
Oh, this is sick. Look at all this, it lights up. Oh, the Revolto didn't do that. We've got ignition.
Oh,
Who's there?
what's happening?
Are we going to do it? Here we go.
Nothing.
It's in gear 1. I'm going to press the start button. Nothing happened.
Okay. Hey, I was wrong.
Low battery. please charge.
Shall I
Oh.
to boost it?
Maybe it needs more battery.
Boost do.
That in a minute, you ready?
Maybe it needs like a...
Yeah? Go.
Still, nothing. Just to make sure that the pyro fuse was good, we went back over to the front of the car to test it. Usually the fuse blows when the airbags deploy, cutting the power going to the starter motor. But on this one, it was still good.
It's good. Pyro fuse is good. But the battery is really, really small for a car to crank over crank over 12 cylinders. It's a really small battery.
This battery was quite
That
small,
is
and it was
true.
low on power. So as well as the jumper pack being on the back, I decided to put another jumper pack on the actual battery as well, see if that would help it start.
Here we go. Oh, it's struggling.
But still, nothing.
Dead. I don't think it's got enough charge. Oh, I remember on Aventadors though, when you press them, it takes a while for them to go, woo, doesn't it? You press it.
Not an hour.
No.
So you gotta hold it?
So no matter what we did
No.
with the battery, nothing started this car. So maybe it was something
I would
else.
have, guys, I would have no idea about how to I mean, I could figure it out, but the coolest car I've ever driven in is like a 70 Camaro. Okay? That's the coolest car I've ever driven in. Everything else has been complete and utter garbage compared to these cars. All right? And so one day, mark my words, I will drive a Lamborghini.
As soon as you let the battery dies on these, it kills something else off, and it was something under here, and there was a procedure to get it to go again, and it needed a Lamborghini tool.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
That sounds like a Revolto to me.
it does. Yeah, I think it's this, whatever this thing is.
This thing to the right hand side of the battery is called a super capacitor. And apparently it's there basically to provide help to that small battery to start the car. It gives the battery that extra bit of power
Nice welds.
when starting the car from cold and helps it during the stop-start procedure. But apparently, if you let the battery die on these Aventadors for long enough, the supercapacitor also loses charge. And if that loses charge, then it fails to send power from that to the starter motor. But there is a way to bypass it
Sure.
in a
bypass
temporary way. And that is to remove the cable going from the
then plug it in, have it
supercapacitor,
charged.
which goes directly to the starter motor, and just
the
put
alternator.
it directly to your 12-volt battery, which should be fine enough just to start it once.
Let's watch that again. Sorry, I interrupted, guys. Supercapacitor.
Fails to send power from that to the starter motor. But there is a way to bypass it in a temporary way, and that is to remove the cable going from the supercapacitor, which goes directly to the starter motor, and just put it directly to your 12-volt battery, which should be fine enough just to start it
Got
once. So that's what we've done. But still, after doing this,
Dang it, I thought that would
we
work.
had no luck.
No, if the engine seized, then we are really perished.
Which kind of worried us. Had the engine actually seized, and that's why the starter motor wasn't able to turn over the engine. So we started taking the under trays off underneath to get to the starter motor directly.
This is an effectively, why I like it, is a automated manual gearbox. So it is a manual box with a single clutch, but it's an hydraulic system that changes gear for you. So technically, if we put power to this starter motor now and it's in gear, it might actually just start.
So with the starter motor, first you
Very
need 12 volts going from the battery to the starter. But then you need a signal from the ignition switch to send power to the solenoid, which then makes the full connection, which spins around the motor to crank the engine. So what we're going to do here is remove the signal wire which goes to the solenoid and put our own wire in place.
Okay, so this wire,
How you
go
gonna
on
do
the
that? I'm
solenoid,
curious.
activate it.
I'm going to slide that wire in place, and then we're going to add some crocodile clips to the wire which provides the 12 volts to the starter motor. And we're going to activate this manually. By doing this, we should be able to activate the starter motor without pressing the button in the car, and if the engine turns over, we know it's not seized.
When I flick that little black wire there, this one onto there, everything should happen.
No, the ignition nail. Let's see if it cranks, because if it don't crank, we're in big trouble.
Okay,
We're in big trouble. Here we go. Yes! It cranked. Engine's not seized.
Yes. Nice.
I don't know if this will work. This could completely...
I wonder if you can switch it off.
Now we know the engine turns over. I was going to put the ignition on, and then my dad
Ignition on.
was going to crank the starter motor manually.
Foot's on the brake, I'll turn the starter key then.
Oh my god.
Ignition
I was
on.
hoping it might fire up.
Oh,
No.
we used
Jump back.
They
the
used-
jump pack died.
We need another jump back.
Now you can see the car's stuck in first gear. So when we're turning over the starter motor manually, it's not only turning over the engine,
It's turning
it's
the transmission
also
as
trying
well.
to turn the wheels as well.
Yes, yes.
So it's like there's just not enough power to fire up the car.
That makes sense.
We then used a higher powered jumper pack to try. But still nothing.
That's awesome how the wheels are turning.
We couldn't work out why this car, one, was stuck in first.
Okay, so, I was just going to say, right before I rudely interrupted, first step would probably be to get it out of gear, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Get it out of gear, figure out what's going on with that, and I would assume then you could start it, because a lot of these cars, pretty much any new vehicle, you start the car in park, right? Or if it's a manual, you start it in neutral. You don't start it in gear unless you hold the clutch. But this being a kind of automatic, you can't really, there's no clutch to hold, so therefore you need to have it in neutral to start, I would assume. But let's see what happens here.
Gear, and two, wouldn't start up. So I got the code reader out.
Oh my god, it actually reads it.
But the only codes were for the rear wheel steering and for the exhaust sensors, which will have no effect on it starting.
Lamborghini Aventador cannot be started while in gear, but it won't let us select neutral because, I don't know.
I then called Sonny at BHP Performance, a Lamborghini specialist, to see if there was some kind of neutral override for the gearbox, but there wasn't one. We needed to figure this out ourselves.
I think if me looking at this from my perspective, like I said, my first step here would be to put it in neutral. Because it just makes sense that the car's not going to start in gear. It's not a manual car. It's not fully manual. So it's not going to start in gear. I mean, that's how these cars work nowadays. Just saying.
Reset ourselves back to zero and we're going to think like a Lamborghini SVJ. Sonny at BHP Performance, who's a Lamborghini expert, who's had a lot of time with these cars, is in fact a Lamborghini SVJ inside himself. So he knows how these cars work, and now I know. He's passed the knowledge on. Here's the thing. To get this car started, you not only need fuel, oil, coolant, and battery power,
yes,
you also need help from the gearbox. At the minute, at the front of the car, we've got 12 volts at this AGM battery. That's good at the minute. But the car won't start because the car's actually stuck in first gear. The car's stuck in first gear because apparently if the battery goes flat and then also the supercapacitor goes flat, because the supercapacitor holds some charge to keep everything alive, then sometimes this little ECU, well, we call it a TCU because it's a transmission control unit, that falls asleep and doesn't wake back up again. So because that's fallen asleep and doesn't wake back up again, we can no longer select neutral.
I see.
And we need to select neutral to be able to start the car. That allows the starter.
Getting a phone call. Hello? Oh, okay. All right, I'll be out. Bye. All right, guys. Guess what? I have to go. That's unfortunate. we will pause this and we will continue watching this at a later date. And by the way, guys, I just wanted to see if this streaming thing would work, if I get it all together. Figure that out. It took a while, so I started later than I would want to. But guys, we will see you later. Thank you for watching. If you do, please subscribe, please like, all that stuff.